Good morning, class 6. How are you doing? Children, today I am here in front of you, not with a chapter of literature, not with a piece of grammar. Today I brought a piece of writing that is very interesting, and it is called diary entry writing. So today we are going to discuss about diary entry writing. So before starting the guidelines for writing a diary and before starting its format, let me tell you what is diary. Children, a diary is purely a personal, a private document where you can express your feelings, your emotions and your ideas. So there you can describe and you can express your daily events, whatever happened during the course of the day from morning till evening. And generally we write the diary at the end of the day. So by before sleeping at the night. So always mention the time of the night in the diary entries. Now let us start with the guidelines step by step. Now have a look over here, children. So this is diary entry. Now in the diary entry, children, always keep in mind, first of all, you should write the day, then date and time. So date, whatever day you are writing the diary, that day you should write. Suppose today it is Tuesday. So we will write the day Tuesday and then we will write the today's date and time. But remember, when you are writing the day, date and time, you should write in the full word format. Full word format means, suppose I am writing Tuesday. So Tuesday you should write full day. Then date. So you should write the complete date. Complete date means you cannot write like this. You cannot write like this. This is wrong. So you can write like this. 4. If you are writing like this also, that is also wrong. So how to write? We should write in the word format. So in the word format, today is Tuesday. So I am writing here 4th August, 2020. Or in another way you can write August 4, 2020. So these two formats are acceptable. And if you are writing like this 4/8/2020, this is not acceptable in English. So always follow this word format. Now coming to time. So time, children, I told you that always mention the night time. So we are writing all the events chronologically, in the chronological order. What is the meaning of chronological order? It means that the events we should write in the order. The event which has happened earlier, that we should write first, and then next, and whatever happened the last, that we should write at the end. So this is the chronological order of the events. So whatever has happened before, at first, earlier, that you should mention the first, and then you should come step by step to the last. So this was about the day, date and time. So when we will discuss about the format, then I will tell you where to place the day, date and time over your page, while you are writing the diary entry. So now, first of all, in the guidelines, you remember that these 3 things are mandatory. Very, very essential. So don't forget to write these 3 things. Now, moving on to the next. Next is salutation. Salutation means how to start the diary. Many children have the confusion that how to start it. So you can start it as a dear diary, or you can give a pet name to your diary. A pet name means you can tell, you can call your diary as a friend, because diary is a type of our best friend. How it is a type of best friend, children? You know, something very sorrowful things has happened to us, which might have brought some grief to you, or some devastated day is there. that you do not want to share with your family members or with your relatives, then diary comes to your rescue. You can share these type of feelings with a diary by writing in the diary. So if you will give a pet name to the diary, it's easier to share your feelings and thoughts, your ideas with the diary. That is why I'm asking you, you can put here any pet name. As you might have heard about the Anne Frank. You know, Anne Frank was a German diarist. She was a very famous diary keeper, and she used to start her diary with the dear Kitty. She gave the pet name to the diary, Kitty. So same way, if you also want to give some pet name, you can give. But for the examination point of view, if you're writing a diary for the school purpose, for the examination point of view, then this part is optional. This part is optional. Optional means you can write, or it's not necessary, it's not mandatory. So this is optional. Because some teachers will say this is not needed, some will say okay, it is accepted. But from my point of view, this is optional. So it is up to you whether you want to add this or you don't want to write. That is purely depends upon you. Now moving on to the next, that is a relevant heading. So a relevant heading means if you will give a heading to the diary, then the heading will give the idea what you are going to describe under the body of the diary. So heading can be like if the day is very happy day, you can write a memorable day. If it is a sad day or which brought unhappiness to you, you can write it's a day, it's a sort of day I didn't experience. So this way you can start and you can give a heading like memorable day or unforgettable day. And this is also completely optional. So if you are writing the diary entry for the examination point of view for the school purpose, then this is also optional. So these two are completely optional. Now moving on to the body. So in the body, children, we divide the body of the diary entry into three parts. So first part is introductory, that is also called the opening statement or introductory. It will be only one line or maximum of 2 lines. So introductory statement means 1 or 2 sentences are enough. Now after that, the second part of the body will be the description, whatever event or incident you are going to describe. Now in the last, that is the concluding remark. So you should end it up with the ending phrase. So now we will take it one by one, how to frame the body, how to draft the body of a diary entry. So now children, first one is opening statement or introductory statement. So here, if the day has gone very well or you are extremely happy with the day, you have won a match or you have won a prize in some competition, then you can write, today I am very happy, I am very excited to share my happiness with you. And if you are not happy, something bad or uneasiness or unhappiness happened to you, you can write, today is the day that I cannot forget because it has brought some grief and unhappiness to me. So this way you can start and you can, this is called the introductory statement. And the body of the diary entry should always be in the simple past tense or past perfect tense. Remember, simple past or past perfect tense you should use in the diary entry, and avoid using the simple present tenses. Now next one is first person. What is the meaning of first person here? Because I told you that diary is a very private and personal document. So first person you should use like I, me, my, we, like I am, we are. So this way you can start the sentences. So I, me, my and we, these all are the first person, and no need to use the third person. If there is, unless there is no need, please avoid using the third person. So only first person you should use. Now, coming to the elliptical sentences. Children, what is the meaning of elliptical sentences? Elliptical sentences means the sentences in which we omit few words. Why do we omit few words in the sentence? To make the sentence short. For making the sentence short, we omit few words. I am giving you one example of the elliptical sentence. Okay. Mona had $4. Mona had $4. Tina won. So, the meaning is clear. Mona had $4. Tina won. So, here what we had omitted? We have omitted the verb from here. But the meaning is very clear. So, elliptical sentence means we omit a few words from the sentence, but the meaning will not change. The meaning is clearly understood here. So, this type of elliptical sentences also you can use in your diary writing, or otherwise you can use some anecdote also. Anecdote means, what is the meaning of anecdote? Anecdote means a small interesting story. A small interesting story. So you can share a very small story that should be based on the real incident, on the real person or the real place. Like in the literature, you have a chapter, My Experiments with Truth. There, the story describes the M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and when he gets a book, that book was the book of Shravan Kumar. So Shravan Kumar is also a real person, and when he was reading the book, in the book My Experiments with Truth, he is explaining that Shravan Kumar storybook also. So that is a type of anecdote. So anecdote is a very small, interesting story, and this story should be related to a real person, to the real place. Now coming upon to contractions. So contractions means, children, short forms. You might be knowing it. Contractions means short forms. As you can see here I used VR. After V I have kept one apostrophe, and A I have removed, and in place of A I have used here one apostrophe, then RE. So the meaning here is we are, or for I am we can write I am. So this type of words, we can use the word for this contractions. Contractions means short forms. So you can use the contractions also in your diary entry. Now moving on to the next, future course of action. So now at the end you can write the future course of action, means after explaining the whole incident or after giving the complete description of the event. Now what did you learn from it, or how you can what did you feel after this? You can write that in the future course of action, and it may be in the simple future tense also. So here you can use the simple future tense also, that I will, after the incidents you learn something, and you can mention here, okay, I will improve myself. After this incident I learned, I will improve and I will work on this. Or now moving ahead, we have concluding remark. So what do you mean by concluding remark, children? So now we are going to end today's diary. So for ending we will write some concluding remark. So what should be the concluding remark here? It will be see you soon. So see you soon you are writing to your diary. Your diary is your best friend. So you can write see you soon, or you can write write you soon, write to you soon, or you can write it's time to go to bed. It's too late, it's now time to go to bed. So this way you can conclude, and some children used to write here bye bye also, because diary is your friend, so you can write bye bye also. But some teachers will prefer it and some will say no need to use all this. But if you are writing your personal diary, you can use this also. But for the school purpose, if you are writing for the examination point of view, then you can write this type of sentences in the concluding remark. Now children, moving to name and signature in the last, the person who is writing the diary, the person can write at the end the name or otherwise signature. But if you are writing this also again for the school purpose, for the examination point of view, then no need to write this. Sometimes in the diary entry questions, at the top of the question only they mention that imagine yourself, you are Ramesh, imagine you are Anna. So some fictitious name will be given there at the starting only, at the top of the question only. Imagine yourself, assume you are Tina. So then you should write that name only at the end. If there is no name is given, then do not write your name. In place of name, you can write XYZ or you can write ABC. Something like this you can mention at the end. Right children? But if you are writing your personal diary like this, I am also maintaining my diary. If you are also maintaining your diary like this at home, like during the lockdown time, you can maintain your diary, how the days are going on. So then in this type of diary, you can write your name, you can do signature. So there you do follow all these things. So now children, so this was all about the guidelines for writing the diary entry. Now moving on to our next module, let us see how to write the format for diary entry, and at the end I will show you some examples of diary entry so that you can learn it in a better way how to write the diary entry.
Children, now let us have a look on these slides so that you will have a better idea of writing the diary entry. Now, so this is our diary which we usually maintain or we should maintain. You know, it has been proved by the psychologists that if a person, if you or me or anybody else, if we maintain a diary, we write a diary, then whatever thoughts went out throughout the day or throughout our life, we all put on the paper and it relaxes our mind. So for the healthy mind, diary writing is a must. Now, so these are the main subheadings we are going to cover. So first one, what is diary entry? Then how to write a diary. Then we will have a look on the format of diary entry. At the end, I will show you some solved questions and solved examples for your practice. Let us begin. So these are the diary entry points to remember. So children, first one, always keep it creative. There should be a creative piece of writing where you can express your imagination, your dreams, and you should write as if you have really been a part of the situation. It is written in the first person. As I already told you that always write the sentences in the first person, begin the sentences with the first person. And one does not write about things experienced on a daily basis. Only matters of some significance are recorded. It is a secret record of one's life, so one can be very honest about one's feelings and emotions. It means the diary is for the owner itself. Who is the diary's owner? The diary is for the eyes of the owner. It's not for others. So you can maintain your diary secretly or you can keep it with you throughout the life. Now, I told you about the Anne Frank. Did you know? This was a girl from Germany and he was a famous diary keeper. And she got a lot of fame when her diary pages got published. And did you know? Her diary pages were published in around 60 languages. and she was in hiding with her family for about 2 years during the Second World War. And I told you that Anne Frank used the pet bird Kitty for diary. So she used to write Dear Kitty while she's beginning the diary entry. Now children, this is the format for diary entry. Now, so please now pay attention here. Each and every point here is very, very important, children. So have a look here. So first of all, date, day, and then time also. So time also is very, very important here. Next one is salutation. So salutation, you can write Dear Diary, or in place of diary, you can select a pet name. But this is completely optional. Then heading of the entry. I told you that you can give a relevant heading on the basis of your event or the description of the diary. So by reading this heading of the entry only, one can guess, one can understand that what you are going to describe in the body of the diary. Next, contents of the diary entry. So contents of the diary entry means the body, complete body of the diary, where you will describe the event or the incident. Then in the last, signature. So see here, so date should be written in this way, 8th July 2019 or 2020, whatever year you would like to mention. Then Wednesday is the day, this is date, this is day, then this is the time. Time should always be mentioned at night time. So you should mention with PM. Today I'm very happy as. So this way you should write, this is today I'm very happy, this is the opening line, or we can say it the introductory statement. So, and in the format, children, so these all things we should cover. Now, how to write a diary entry? I will look here. So after writing day and date, children, you can leave a line. So this is for the school purpose. This is the format for the school purpose, for the examination point of view or school point of view. You should maintain all these one by one. So first one, you should write the day, date. Then you can leave one line and mention the time. Time you should mention the night time, always at PM. Because diary we write at the end of the day, whatever happened during the course of the day. So you will mention all the events in the chronological order at the night before going to the bed. Then salutation. After that, after salutation also, children, you can leave a blank line, and this is the body of the diary where you will describe the event. Again, you can leave one line. After that, you can mention ABC in place of name, or XYZ or KMN or something you can write here like this. No need to mention the name in the diary while you are writing for the school point of the view. And this is the most acceptable format of the diary. So remember, this is the most acceptable format of diary entry for the school point of the view. Remember. So first of all, day and date, then time. By leaving one line, you follow with the Dear Diary. And I told you this is also optional for school purpose. If you are writing, you can skip this also as well. And this is also purely optional. But body of the diary entry, you should write, and children always adhere to the word limit in the diary entry. Sometimes in the question only, they might have given you write the diary entry of 70 to 80 words or 100 to 120 words. So always strictly adhere to the number of the words. Never cross the limit. Always keep in mind that your diary entry, while writing the diary entry, the word limit should be always counted from the body of the diary entry. Not day, date and time, or opening this one, Dear Diary. All these things will not be counted in that. So the words whichever you have written in the body of the diary entry, that will be where that will come under the word limit. So never remember, keep in your mind that never exceed the limit of 120, or always write the words less than 120. Maximum the word limit will be always given 80 to 100 or 100 to 120. So don't exceed that. Strictly adhere to it. In the English exam, always adhere to the word limit in all the writing skills. Now, moving ahead. So this is the format, this is the guidelines. So these guidelines we usually follow. So day, date and time, and generally sometimes we can mention the place also. Then I told you that formal heading is optional, and style and tone. Style and tone means in which mood the diary has been written, whether it's in a happy mood or in a sad mood. So the heading gives us the idea of the style and mood of the diary entry. And you know, this is a very personal document. So the diary entry does not need any signature. It's totally optional. So that's why I told you, while you're writing diary for the examination point of view, there also you do not write your name. Otherwise, if in the question they have given any fictitious name, you should write that fictitious name. Otherwise, no need. Now, moving ahead. So this is an example of diary writing. Now read the question. I topped among all the school in class 6. Write a diary entry expressing your feelings. So this diary writing I have written. At the end you can see my name also. So on 21st June in 1988 I was in class 6. The day was Tuesday, and I have written it as Dear Diary. You know, salutation is here, Dear Diary, and memorable day is the heading. So I told you we can give a relevant heading also, so that we can get the idea whatever we are going to discuss, what we are going to describe in the body. So I can't explain how eager I am to share with you a good moment today. Without any wasting of time, let me tell you the achievement I got today. I have topped the list of class 6. The happiness I felt was mixed with a bit of nervous, as I was invited to say something on my coming first in the class 6. I am not a good speaker, but the jubilation in my heart made me speak like a good orator. I thank my teachers, friends, and support of my parents. I was at the top when told the audience my basic strategies behind such successes. I would wait for the day when I would come to you with the news of my topping the list if class 10 candidates ranked all over India. Yes, I would leave no stone unturned to get that place. Well, bye for now. So, well, why for now? So this bye for now, this is a type of concluding line. It's time to go to the bed. And at the last, I have written my name as I am the writer of this diary. And this is a very true diary writing. This is a piece of diary entry from my diary. And you children always see your diary entries. If you are maintaining a personal diary, you see diary entry as a book. As a book has the different chapters, same way the different diary entries you see as the different chapters of your life. Now, you know the lockdown period is on and everyone is forced to lock in the home due to the COVID-19. So now this is the right time to maintain your diaries so that in the later stage of the life you can read it and you can enjoy it. Now these are some examples of diaries. So I have made here one collage of different diary entries. And the diary entry is always a handwritten piece. You can see the Anne Frank diary. So this was her handwriting, and see, she has pasted a few pictures also of her childhood. And so always remember, diary writing is a piece of handwriting, or it should be purely handwritten. Now children, that's all about the diary writing, and that's it for today. Now I hope that the topic is crystal clear to you? And now, I hope you will practice a few questions at home. And you know, children, you have a chapter in the literature, My Experiments with Truth. And there, you imagine yourself that you are M.K. Gandhi. You are Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. You imagine yourself in place of Gandhiji and you write a diary entry. You think that you are Gandhi and you write a diary entry. In the upcoming class, I will give you a chance to read your diary entries. And when you will write a diary entry of this kind, by imagining that you are so and so personality, then that type of question is called extrapolatory question. Or if I will ask you to write a letter, imagine yourself, you are Mahatma Gandhi and write a letter to your teacher, or write a diary entry, imagine yourself, you are Gandhiji. So this type of questions, we say extrapolatory questions. Thank you, children. Goodbye. I hope the topic is clear to you.